welcome. I'm Kel. Hope you're all doing well today and it's not too cold where you are, and if it is, I hope you're keeping warm. So today we're going to be making a double strand necklace with Bargain Bead Box Bohemian Nights. I know it's been a long time since I've made anything with a Bargain Bead Box, so I think it's about time I make something. So first of all, let's get a card out if you've got this inspiration quotes before I show you what I'm using from the box to make this necklace. And if we've got time before the hour's up, I might make a triple strand bracelet. So this card says, believe in yourself and you'll be unstoppable. And yes, you are all unstoppable, because I definitely believe in you all. So let's get seeing what I've got out for this necklace. So I have the 34 by 30 millimeter 18 karat gold plated brass and cubic zirconian round pendant, which is lead free, nickel free and cadmium free, which is $7.99, and that was this gorgeous pendant. So we're going to be using that at the bottom of the drop. Right, then I'm going to be using, let's get this the right way up. I'm going to be using the 30 by 21 millimeter 18 karat gold plated brass and chandelier pendant link, lead free and cadmium free, which was $1.49, and we're going to be using that this way, so it's going to be like that. Right, we're going to be using some of these. We're going to be using the 6mm synthetic turquoise man-made matte round beads, which they were a 15-inch strand, which was $3.99. So we're going to be using some of them. So let's slide them out at the top here, out the way. Right, we're going to be using some of these, which are 4mm golden rutilated quartz faceted round beads, which was a 15-inch strand, which were $8.99. So let's get these beautiful beads out. Let's find the top of that strand. Let's sort that out. I've managed to get a knot in my strand. But oh well, because I'm not using that far end of the strand. Right, we're also going to be using some of the 100-piece 6mm filigree bead caps, which were lead free and nickel free, and were $1.49. So let's put some of them up here. We're also going to be using some of the chain, which was 1 meter chain, which is 3 by 4mm stainless steel hypoallergenic cable chain, which was $4.49. I'm just going to leave that off to the side for now. We're also going to be using some of the 100-piece 3 by 5 by 2 by 2.5mm faceted cubic spacer beads, lead free, nickel free and cadmium free, which were $2.49. So let's move these out of the way a bit, because they are a long strand and they're taking up a lot of space. Oh, they are unruly. So let's put some of them out. Right, and I've got some gold eye pins out of my own stash. Right, I've got some ball spacers out of my own stash. I've got a 5mm jump ring, I've got a 7mm jump ring, and I've got a lobster clasp. Right, so that's what I've got out of my stash. So, I've also got some crimp tubes, and I've got some soft legs 0.019 medium beading wire in bone. This is 49 strands. So that's what I've got. So first of all, let's do some links. So we need to make 3 links that are the same. So we're going to put on a spacer bead. So let's get some spacer beads. So we're going to put on a spacer bead. Right. We're going to put on a bead cap. Then we're going to put on one of these turquoise beads. These what were they called? They were called synthetic turquoise beads. Right. Then we're going to put on another bead cap. And then we're going to put on another spacer bead. Right. We're going to have our links going the same way. Our loops going the same way. And we're just going to do simple loops. So hold it, bend it over right at the bead. Put it to the side of our thumb and cut it so it's 1/4 of an inch. Right. Then get a round nose pliers, go down just a small bit on our pliers, right, and roll towards us. Now, I'm not very good at making simple loops. It's not my forte, simple loops aren't. I'm better at a wrap loop. I really am. Right, and I always have to adjust my loops. So my loops are always going the same way and they're straight. Always. Because I always manage to bend my loops backwards. And I always manage to bend them so they're not straight. So there we go. That's what your link's going to look like. So we're going to make 3 of them. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the wire that I've just cut off to make a link. So I don't waste wire. So all we're going to do, cut the end off that like I've just done. Turn the loop so we get a P. So we get a P like that. Put tool back in and put round those pliers back in and bend back. So we get an eye pin like that. Right? We're going to do the same again. So we're going to put on a spacer bead. I'm going to put a bead cap on. We're going to put on a bead. We're going to put a bead cap on. And we're going to put a spacer bead on. Alright, same as before. We're going to bend over the top of the bead. Go to the side of our finger, so we cut 1/4 of an inch. Meant to hold the wire, but I always point it down towards my mat so that it just bounces into the mat. Alright, go a little bit into your pliers and then roll towards the bead. That's a bit more like a P. Push that back a bit. And then I am going to adjust my loop. So again, we've got another one there. So as I said, that was 2 made. I've already got 2 made, so that's 4 in total. So let's make the next 2 links. So next 2 links are a rutilated quartz, which are really fiddly to get onto a head pin. Because you can't always find the hole. So rutilated quartz, one of the turquoise, and another rutilated quartz. So same as before, have the loops going the same way. So bend over, then cut to 1/4 of an inch, and then roll back. And again, I am just going to adjust the loops. That loop's a little bigger than the one at the bottom, but oh well. Can't always get them perfect. So there's one. Then again, I'm just going to check which end needs cutting. That one. I'm just going to cut both ends to make sure. So then I'm going to make the eye pin. This is a great way not to waste eye pins, this is. It's by reusing the excess wire. So put on the rutilated quartz, put on the turquoise, synthetic turquoise, then the other rutilated quartz. Then again, bend over the top of the bead, over your finger, because this is a good measurement, the side of your finger. Alright, cut the excess wire off and then roll it back. And then straighten out the loops. My loops are pretty on point, but I just like to make sure. As you can see, I barely had to tweak that. So now I'm going to put together all these beads. So they don't all go together because there is actually a jump ring between the top 3 and the bottom 2. So I'm going to put the bottom 3 together, and then we're going to do the beaded wire bit, because there's actually some stringing as well in this, because I've done the other side. I've just got to do this side, and then we can put it all together, which is why I said if we have time we should be able to do the other piece. So all we're doing is we're opening the jump ring. We're opening it up like we would if it was a jump ring. make sure that's fully closed. So that's the, I was not meant to connect that. So let's unconnect that, because I wasn't meant to connect it. Or was I? So I'm just checking my work. I think I've made one link too many. Which it seems I have. I've made one link too many. So I'm going to disconnect this bottom one that I've just connected. Because if I show you the other side, right, it's got 2 on the bottom and it's got 3 on the top. So you've got 1 on the top that is the same as the bottom, and then you've got those 2 top links. So I didn't really need that other link. So there's the bottom 2. Everyone makes mistakes. I can always undo that in a bit. So now here's the top bit. Which I need to adjust this one link, because the link wasn't fully closed. See what I mean by I can't do simple loops? Because I didn't fully close this link up. Which means I might have to do this one link again, or just use that other link. I think I'm going to have to use that other link, because that one link is a little iffy. So got that link, link it onto there, and then this link open that up and hook it onto there. So this is the top, and you've got the bottom. In between there you've got a jump ring, and you've got a strand that goes there down to the components. So let's put them aside for now, and let's put these away for now, so that they don't end up all getting knocked on the floor, because we all know how clumsy I am. As you can see, by me putting these away, they're just going absolutely everywhere. Right, so next we're going to use the rutilated quartz, the spacers, right, and we're going to string these up for the next bit, which is this bit here. So I'm going to get some beading wire out. I'm going to string on the wire, on the spool. Right, so we're going to put one spacer on. To 3 rutilated quartz, which I'm going to try and keep in a row, because no, didn't think that would work. Where's my bead stopper? Stop them going into the spool. Oh well. There we go. You put a bead stopper on just before your spool. It stops your tiny beads going into the spool. Then another spacer. Then 3 more rutilated quartz. I really can't see these holes. I swear, like, you guys have watched me string up tiny beads so many times. I swear, like, you all know how much I hate tiny beads, but I still use them because they look so great on a project. Then another spacer bead, because they really do. They look amazing on a project. Right, so 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. There we go. And our last spacer bead. So that is the last one. There's our rutilated quartz bag. So we can put the rutilated quartz back, so I don't lose any tiny beads to my floor, because I think enough tiny beads have been lost to my floor. I really do. So let's crimp this strand. So of course we're using gorgeous soft flex crimps, because I think soft flex crimps are the best. I really do. They are seamless, so they can be used with the magical crimper, but I can't use the magical crimper. I'm really bad at it. I really am. Absolutely terrible at the magical crimper. It's like, I just cannot use the magical crimper. It's just something I can't use. I don't know if it's my magical crimper. I don't know if it's faulty or something, but I just cannot use the thing. So I'm going to match my loops to this one. So pull it down. Make sure your wires don't get crossed. Alright, so check it again. If you've already got a loop, check it against your previous loop. Alright, which I've got. Put it in the back notch. Crimp it down to 90 degrees. Put it in the front notch and crimp. Give it a good tug and cut the wire off. Save your little scraps, because especially if you use magical crimper, because you can always stuff it, but even if you use the standard crimper, you can use it to stuff the holes of your crimps when you're doing other projects. So alright, let's cut the wire off. I hope that's enough wire. Alright, let's get a crimp tube out. Put my crimps up with everything else, and I've just done that and realised I'm going to need them in a minute when I do the next project. Alright, put it through, pull it down, alright, bend it up so it doesn't get stiff. Alright, check it against my other loop. It needs to be a little smaller. Right, as you see, loops are the same. Right, put it in the back notch. Give it a crimp. Turn it 90 degrees. And give it a good crimp. Give it a tug, make sure it's okay. Under tension, make sure you push it up and give it a crimp. And look after your other piece of wire when you need to stuff it. Right, now, I did one other link, the same as the first links I did, because you're going to need it. And you're going to need to put a jump ring on the end. Right, you're also going to need to put a 5 or 4mm jump ring on the end here. You're also going to need to put a 7mm jump ring to hold everything together. Alright, so let's get all these out. Alright, so let's get me jump rings out. So make sure I get the right size jump ring. No, not the right one. Yep, that's the size jump ring I need. And then I need one for the bottom end of that size, for the bottom as well. Okay? So you need one for the bottom of your beads as well. Okay? So, let's connect all this together on the one side first. So, I'm going to get jump rings. And actually that one needs to go on this jump ring. So you only need one jump ring for the centre, so you don't need that jump ring. So on here, you're going to have 2 sets on your centre one, on this jump ring alone. Alright? So it's not too crowded in the hole. So do your centre loop. You're gonna put that on, and you're gonna loop both sides on, both sides of your beading wire. And then you're gonna close it up. Right, and make sure it's properly closed, otherwise your beading wire will sneak out. There we go. Alright, so it'll go like that. It'll go up either side. Alright, and next you want your jump ring here. You want a 4mm, 4 or 5mm, whichever is your most comfortable size to use. Because everyone has a more preferable size, whether it be 4 or 5mm. Right, whereas mine's 5, yours might be 4mm. Right, you want to hook it through here. Right, so it goes up the side like that. Right, now I'm going to show you on the other side what we do here. Oh, what size is that? I'm missing a jump ring. that needs to go on the end of the beaded portion. Right, now for the end of the beaded portion, these 2 link beaded portions, you need to put on a 4mm, and it does need to be a 4mm. Right, from the end of the beaded portion, put a 4mm jump ring. Right, because it gives you just enough length to make it long enough to reach the same length as this. Right, so now for the other side, we're going to get the other jump ring. I'm going to go through the hole, and on the other end that hasn't got the jump ring on it, and connect it. Then we're going to get the larger jump ring, and we're going to go through all 3. So through the 4mm jump ring, through the soft flex, and through the bottom of your line of 3 beads. Right, so you end up with this. That's what you end up with when you put all your beads together. So now next, you have on the bottom here, you have a 6mm jump ring. Sorry, you have a 6mm jump ring on the bottom. All right. Let's find the gap on that, just there. To connect to the component. And to connect to that, on the pendant is a jump ring already, which I think is a 3mm. Right, and just attach that to the loop. Right, so this is what you have. Okay, so now I'm not 100% sure how long I want my chain, so I want to go from there to there. Let me turn that over. I want to measure this in inches. So that's 4 inches. So I want to make this a 21-inch necklace. So I need to cut my chain 6.5 either side. Right? Because my clasps and my jump rings are going to take me an inch, exactly an inch. Because each of my jump rings are half an inch, right, in total, right, and my clasp is half an inch in itself, so that would mean my chain needs to be exactly and it needs to be exactly 6.5 inches either side. So let's get the measuring tape and let's get the chain. So get my cutters. There we go. Yep, is the chain cut. So now you need to get out some 4 or 5mm jump rings. Right, now this chain is very, very finicky to get the jump rings through. And I mean very finicky. Right, these are small gauge jump rings, because they're the only gold jump rings I had. Well, the only gold jump rings I could find anyway. So this might take me a minute to get the jump rings through the chain. Oh, that was actually reasonably quick. I thought that would take me a lot longer to do. I really did. I should have accounted the extra 1/2 inch for my jump rings. This is actually going to be 21.5 inches. So I might cut 1/2 inch off the chain at either end. But bear in mind, what I could do, thinking about it, I know what I could do rather than the jump rings. I might just attach this directly to the wire. I'll actually attach this directly to a wire, I think. Because it would work a little better. I might have to open that a little more. There we go. You really make sure that's shut. There we go. Then do this one. There we go. Shut that jump ring so it doesn't tangle in all the other jump rings. Alright, so now just need to add the chain on the ends. Alright, since this has taken, I think I might be able to do the other one in the time frame we've got. It might take us a little, just slightly over the hour. Oh, there we go. I know I'm not talking, but it's because I'm concentrating. And I find it hard to concentrate and talk at the same time. I really do. So, I'll show you this one quickly, and then we can go on to the next piece. So this is the front of the necklace. I can't show you all of it on without putting it on a bust, which I'll do at the end. But that's that piece. Alright, so give me a minute and we'll go on to the next piece. Okay? So for this next piece, we're going to be using 6x5mm faceted crystal lantern beads in teal iris, which was a 7-inch strand, and they were $4.99. We're going to be using one which of the 10-piece 13mm glass moon and star coin beads in steel blue, which was $1.99. We're going to be using some of the 8mm star cut carnelian die faceted round beads, which was a 7-inch strand, which was $5.99. We're going to be using a single of the 10-piece 14x10mm glass crescent moon beads in champagne, which were $1.99. We're going to be using one of the 6mm blue agate die heated faceted round beads, which was a 7-inch strand, $5.99. We're going to be using some 10O sea beads, which are check glass sea beads, and they're in the cerulean mix, and aren't they gorgeous colour beads? And they're like loads of different colours. We're going to be using 2 gold ball head pins. So I've strung up the sea beads already, because it's just boring watching stringing up sea beads, because this is going to be a triple strand. We're going to be using some 7mm jump rings, 2 of them. We're going to be using a 6mm jump ring, a 5mm jump ring and a 4mm jump ring. And we're going to be using a lobster clasp, a gold one, and we're going to be using 7 strands bead string and wire by Softlex, right, and that's in the steel blue, I think. Yes, in steel blue. So let's start stringing up. I've put a bead stopper at the beginning to stop everything going into it. So let's get going. So we're going to put 3 seed beads on. Alright, so we're going to put 3 on. Then we're going to put on one of the lantern beads. Then we're going to put another 3 seed beads on. Then we are going to put on one of the star cut beads and the carnelian star cut beads. Oh, well, we would if I could get it on. I was trying to use the wrong hand to put it on with. Then we're going to put on 3 more seed beads. And then another, let's bring these down a bit. Then another one of the blue beads. Then another 3 seed beads. Then another one of these. Hold on, I've got 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 2, 4, 5. Make sure we've got even number on either side. Alright, then another 3 seed beads. Alright, and then another carnelian bead. That's our last carnelian bead for this side. Ooh, that went flying. It's got life of its own. And then 3 seed beads. 1, 2, 3. And then another one of these. And I know what I forgot to, because I think I've not left enough seed beads out here. 1, 2, 3, and then another one of these, and then we need to put 5 on. 1, 2, oh no, it's 3, sorry, 3. Then we need to put our moon charm on. Have I put 3 on? No, I've only put 2 on. They're all 3s. They're all 3s. So 3, 3, 3, 3, 3. Right. Then another 3. 1, 2, 3. Then back to our blue ones. Then another 3. 1, 2, and 3. Then another blue one. As I said, this is lovely and quick, this one is. 1, 2, and 3. then another, and then a red one, then another 3. If you're liking what I've made today, please like what you have seen. I would love if you would comment, because I love talking to you all. Please share so that I can talk to more people, and please subscribe and please subscribe to the channel so that you are notified, so that you get all, so you get all the notifications. Subscribe and hit the notification bell so that you are notified when I release new videos or go live when I release new videos. That's what I was trying to say anyway. You know how confused I get sometimes with trying to tell you all this information. Also, if you would like to buy the pieces I have made today, you can go to my website at KLWGJewellery.com, as all my pieces are put on there for you to buy. I also have kits and bead mixes on there, and there are soon to be more put on there for you to be able to buy. So, also, I have what am I trying to say? My mind's just gone totally blank. Oh, I know what I was trying to tell you. I have a discount code for $2 off. For $2 off your first month's box for Bargain Bead Box. So, and the code is KLWG2. So, if you would like to use that to sign up, the code was just put below. So, feel free to use that code. Also, I have a referral code for Bargain Bead Box as well, and I have just put the wrong bead on. That was really smart of me. It's because I couldn't see what I was doing. I got my hand in the way. So, as you can see, you got one carnelian bead, 2 more blue beads, carnelian bead, 2 more blue beads, the main bead, 2 more blue beads, carnelian bead, 2 more blue beads, and in between each of these beads is 3 of the tenos. But if you haven't got tenos, you can always use 11os and just put like 3 of them, 4 or 5 of them in between instead. Say like put 4 of them in between instead of 3. Or if you're using 15s, put 5 in between instead. 5, maybe 6. Now this is our last, what's the name of the bead? Our last lantern bead. See, the blue ones are lantern beads. So make sure I've done this right, because I seem to have an extra bead somewhere. 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3. They seem to be correct. So, this is the pattern that we've got. So, and this goes up against that. So it goes with that one. So, Now let's crimp this. So let's get our crimping tool and our cutters. So don't put that crimp up there for now. Make sure your wire doesn't cross in your crimp. And I want to make sure it's the same size loop as the ones I've got here. Here's my pliers. Yep, that's the same size loop. Now, when you're crimping, be careful not to crimp your seed beads at the other end. So this end's not too bad because your seed beads aren't in the way. So crimp to 90 degrees, crimp in the back notch and to 90 degrees and crimp in the front notch. Alright, cut under tension so you get a really, really close cut and keep your wire. Alright, now go down to the other end. Cut it off. If I can get under my wire. Right. Put my crimp tube on. Now this is the end, you need to be really careful not to crimp your crimp beads. Make sure my loops are the same. Yep. Alright, now don't crimp your seed beads, and I mean that, I've done it plenty of times. So crimp in the back notch to 90 degrees, crimp in the front notch. There we go. Alright, and then cut under tension. There we go. Right, so now we're going to put these together, then we're going to do the wire wrapping. Right, that's that. And ones together. Make sure your strands don't get twisted when you go to put them together, unless you want them twisted. Make sure they're in order. So that one first, then that one. Then that one. Right, so you've got 3 strands. Then at the other ends. Unless you do what I've just done, not close the jump ring properly. There we go. Make sure this other jump ring's closed properly. Yeah, it is. This is going to be a little over an hour because we're already just over the hour. And I've still got to wrap the head pins. Right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to do the wrapping of the head pins, and then we're going to attach them on, which I need jump rings for them. So let's do these head pins. So I'm going to put that on without going down. So, there's my pliers. They're the pliers I want. So, bring that over the top of the pliers. Up and over. Turn bottom to top. And wrap under. Take out the pliers, because you know I can't wrap on the pliers. You know how bad I am at that. Holding the pliers. Got the end of the wire and wrap down towards the bead. Right, find where you want to cut, sorry, knocking your hand, find where you want to cut, hold and cut. Push the wire in. Check it with your finger, straighten your loop. And then your next one, put your bead on. And you can find the hole, Kelly. There we go. Push over the top of the pliers. Wrap up and over the pliers. Turn bottom to top and under. Hold with the pliers and wrap down, hold the end of the wire and wrap down towards the bead. Place your pliers where you need to place them. Hold the wire and cut. And then push in any wire sticking out. and straighten your loop. So now we're going to put these over both strands using the jump rings. And think about it, I might not need as big a jump rings actually. I'm going to use 2 slightly smaller jump rings. So let's find the gap in the jump rings. And hook that over the 2 wires. There we go. And then the next one. Hook it on, hook over the 2 wires, and close the jump ring. So here we go. And there we go, beautiful bracelet. So if you give me a minute and let me turn up, I will show you the necklace on the bust. Hi, so let me show you this beautiful necklace. So this is the gorgeous, this is the gorgeous necklace that we just made, this beautiful faux double strand. It's called a faux double strand because this double strand doesn't go all the way up both sides here. So this gorgeous pendant is the wonderful focal here of the necklace. So you've got the this synthetic turquoise going up both sides here, and then you've got the rutilated quartz here and here, and then you've got this absolutely gorgeous pendant that has the little turquoise insets. So, and you have it, the turquoise brought down to here as well, and this chandelier pendant which brings the faux double strand up. So, and you've got this gorgeous delicate chain at the top of the necklace. So isn't it gorgeous? And then the second piece we did is this gorgeous, let me see how to hold this gorgeous double strand with the beautiful, hold on, let me get this so you can see it, this gorgeous focal bead here. So you've got that, and it's on 7 strands. The 2 strands here are held together with these 2 dangles. So isn't that beautiful? So you've got that. Both of these can be purchased on my website, KLWGJewellery.com. So please go and have a look. Thank you for watching today. I'm very grateful for all your support, people that have popped in to watch, but also my subscribers who have been here from the beginning supporting me along the way. I'm so grateful to you all. So thank you again for watching today, and I'll see you all again soon in my next video. Bye for now.